Alright, so we are going to do another edible and medicinal plant video. And obviously, by the title, you can tell we're going to do dandelions. The Mighty Dandelion. Probably one of the most misunderstood plants out there. It's actually one of the most valuable plants in some ways, medicinally and edible-wise. But tends to be one of the most hated plants too, especially in the United States here, where they spend literally millions of dollars to eradicate it from their lawns. So it's kind of, everything's kind of backwards. All right, we gotta find some though. There's plenty out here. There's a lot over by the parking lot, but there's a ton of people out here today. So looking for some peace and quiet. So we'll find a nice little patch of dandelions out here somewhere. Lots of other plants out here that we did already. You can see the purple dead nettle is down here. Some wintercress is out here. There's some garlic mustard growing on the edge over there. Just no dandelions in this field. Well, we finally found some. The Mighty Dandelion. So yeah, in this video we're going to talk about the Mighty Dandelion. And it is indeed mighty among edible and medicinal plants. We do have a couple here. And yes, we are going to eat them. I know some people ask me, why do you eat these things if some of them don't taste so good sometimes? Well, part of it's just curiosity. I am a curious person. If I come across information that says something is edible, I'm going to try it, because I've watched a number of other videos, on YouTube of people talking about, edible wild plants. And one thing I noticed about a lot of them is they don't actually eat the stuff that they say is edible. So it kind of makes me wonder just how edible some of this stuff is. So that's one reason why I do eat it. Just for curiosity, and just, if I say it's edible, maybe I should try it as well for you guys. I know some of this stuff doesn't taste that good. Some of you think it's funny, some of you think it's annoying, but anyway, I'm going to keep trying stuff. So we are going to eat both the leaves, and you can actually eat the flowers too. Now both of these I have tried before. The flowers actually are not that bad, and there's different ways you can prepare them. So we'll talk about that in a bit. So as always, here is the scientific name, Taraxacum officinale, because that's the official, means it's the official dandelion. Not totally sure what the first name means. Maybe I didn't look that up. But I know in French, dandelion means tooth of the lion. That's referring to the leaves, which I guess could resemble the tooth of a lion if you have an imagination. So tooth of the lion, dandelion. And I think there are different species of dandelions. Of course, you should be aware that dandelions come from Europe. They're not native to this country. They're one of the many plants that have come from Europe. And of course, you can hardly tell because dandelions just grow everywhere. Because I talked about that a little bit at the beginning. Some people hate dandelions. I did work for a landscaping crew like 10 years ago, and a lot of the rich people, they want those perfect yards, and dandelions are just the bane of the landscaper. And I think, I forget the exact number, but the United States spends millions. The people do spend millions and millions of dollars a year just to get rid of dandelions out of their yard. It's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. I grew up with dandelions in our yard. On the farm I grew up on, we didn't spray, or our lawns were mostly weeds more than grass. But in springtime like this, it was just full of all, the clover, the dandelions, the violets, all kinds of different things grew in the yard. I kind of like yards the natural way. So let's talk about some edibility factors for the dandelion first. Bugs are eating me. It is a beautiful spring day. I don't know if you can hear the birds in the background there. I think there's a mockingbird over there. Anyway, many parts of the plant are edible. The flowers, the leaves, to the roots. And in fact, I read one guy out in California, when he was weeding his garden, you can collect and dry the roots, and they're actually worth money. One guy in California made $900 off of dandelion roots. Most people, it said, but so many people spend millions of dollars to get rid of dandelions. One person won't spend millions of dollars, but one individual might spend hundreds of dollars in his lifetime to get rid of dandelions, but yet there's a guy, some people make money off the dandelions, and that was the dandelion roots. So we'll talk. You can do some neat stuff with dandelion roots. But let's talk about. Of course, here are the leaves. You can eat the leaves. When the leaves get older, they get very bitter. If you ever had that milky sap in the dandelion, is very bitter. So we didn't try the leaves. These will probably be kind of bitter. Of course, you can, as always, you can cook the leaves to take some of that bitterness out. These leaves are still pretty young, so they're actually not that bad. They're not exactly tasty, but yeah, you can put these in salads. You could cook up a bowl of these with, mix it with other spring greens. So yeah, not bad. Oh, and dandelions are full of vitamins and minerals, full of them. They're one of the healthiest weeds out there in your yard. In fact, I think they are the healthiest weed in your yard. But yet, like I said, we spend so much money to get rid of them. It's kind of weird. Yeah. Now, how about the flower? Of course, when I was little, we used to, whoops, that one didn't work so well. We used to pop their heads off. Let's try that again. I got another one. Oh well. Usually you flick them and the head goes flying off in a direction somewhere. I got one more. Let's try it. There you go. Kind of popped off. He's just saying, there was a saying that went with it. Mama had a baby and its head popped off. I don't know where that came from. One of those like little folky things. All right. So the flowers are actually edible as well. And they are actually, they're not that bad. If you just don't eat the green part in the back, just the flower part. That nectar in there is actually kind of sweet. You know, not bad. Some people dip these in pancake batter and fry them up. You can also cook these as well. I have cooked these in the past, or boiled them in water. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's try another one. Like I said, try to leave the green bud, that back part off. That can be kind of bitter. But the flower itself is really good. So your homework for this week is to eat a dandelion flower. They're actually, they're not overly sweet, but they're surprisingly have a sweet taste to them. So like I said, they are extremely healthy. Vitamins A, B, and C. Of course, they're green, so they have a lot of that vitamin C in them. Vitamin B and vitamin A. They have lots of fiber as well. So fiber can be good for different reasons. Sorry, there's bugs. Those little gnats are flying around. They're tolerable though. The roots. Actually, let's talk about the leaves for the flowers. Some people make dandelion wine from the flowers at least. I've never made wine from dandelions, but some people do that. Some people make, I think my grandma used to make dandelion soup with the leaves and the flowers. If I remember correctly. I need to tell my mom about that, but I think my grandma used to do that, make dandelion soup. I'm not sure if grandma made dandelion wine though. They were Mennonite, so I'm not sure if they made dandelion wine. Maybe they did. I don't know. But yeah, there's different things you can do. The roots though, the roots are pretty neat. You can make a coffee substitute out of the roots if you roast the roots and then grind them into like a powder, like coffee grounds. You can make like a coffee substitute. I tried it twice. The first time worked really well. The second time, not so well. The first time I roasted them, I actually roasted. I cut them up and I put them on a pan and put them in my wood stove. I had a wood stove that was like a cook stove as well. It was pretty cool. And I just left them in there for hours. It was probably like 200 degrees in the side of the oven there. But I came in later in the day and the house smelled like warm chocolate. So if you roast the roots correctly, they have like I don't know how to describe it, like a warm chocolatey smell. It was amazing. And then I ground them up, I put them in a coffee grinder and ground the roots up into powder because they're kind of like hard then. And you can make coffee out of it. Not as good as regular coffee, but it does work. I did try it a second time in a conventional oven, and I didn't do it right. There wasn't that warm chocolatey smell, and the resulting powder just smelled, bitter dandelion-y, if that makes any sense. So I think I didn't roast them long enough or not correctly the second time. But if you roast them correctly, they will have a warm, I don't know how to describe it, but like a warm chocolate smell to it. That's when you know you've done it correctly. And there's other plants that you can do that with too, like chicory. You can even make coffee out of like acorns and stuff. So dandelion coffee is a real thing, and I have tried it once. Maybe I might make a video on that again sometime. I think I did make a video the second time that didn't work out. But anyway, I'm blabbling now. So you can make dandelion coffee though. It's not as good as regular coffee, but something you can do. Yeah, I do just want to take you off the tripod for a moment. It is just an absolutely beautiful spring day out here. Lots of the undergrowth is turning green and blossoming. Some of the larger trees still haven't, the buds haven't opened up yet. But it's just beautiful out here. I'm in one of my favorite places here, Blue Marsh Lake. So I was out flying my drone earlier today. So all right. Let's talk about some medicinal qualities of the dandelion next here. All right, so let's talk some about the medicinal benefits. You could probably make a 2-hour video on the medicinal benefits of dandelion, so I'm just going to cover some of the basics. But I do got a list of things here: antioxidants, diuretic, liver and gallbladder, skin health, things like that. The diuretic, if you remember that from a previous video, diuretic just means it helps you to pee. Of course, the websites always use words like fluid elimination or kidney cleansing. They don't want to use the P word, I guess, but that's what it makes you do. So that's why sometimes it's considered a detox as well there, because it just helps to, detoxify your blood. Since the more you pee, the more you get rid of toxins in the blood and waste buildup. Skin health, people have used it to get rid of warts and moles and stuff. I know when I was little I had warts on my fingers, actually on the other hand, and the stem of the dandelion, if you break the stem open, it has that milky sap that seeps out. You would put that milky sap on the warts, and it would form like a brown cover over it, and then you would peel it off and it would slowly kill the wart. But I was too impatient as a youngin' to let it fully kill the warts. But it does work for stuff like that. And like I said, there's other issues. People say you can use it for liver, gallbladder health, just as a general, like I said, it's full of vitamins and minerals. So there's tons. You can look up more about dandelions medicinally, and you can make teas from it and all kinds of stuff. So tons of benefits to the dandelion. So this summer, if you have a garden or a yard, I almost said a yawn, a yard or a lawn, instead of always just get rid of your dandelions, maybe try to eat some of them or dig up the roots. If you're weeding, if you pull get the whole root out, collect the roots, dry them, roast them, try making some coffee out of them. You might be surprised at what the common misunderstood dandelion can do for you.